Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, September the 13th. Oh, I hope you're not superstitious. This is Friday the 13th. I didn't think we had one this year. I don't know what I was thinking of. But it's good to have you with us today. We've got Kevin Tosie, Missouri River Relief. Good to have you here, Kevin.
Thank you for having me.
You have several really big events coming up with Missouri River Relief. The first one is Saturday, October the 5th. Do you want to mention that?
Yeah, sure. So this is our annual Race to the Dome. This will be our 10th one. So this is a fundraiser for our nonprofit, Missouri River Relief. It's just a really fun race. We offer 2 different race starts. So we can either do Providence Landing to Wilson Serenity Point in Jefferson City, or the Hartsburg access to the Jefferson City area.
So how does this work?
So we could offer a canoe and kayak options. You can do mixed. There's tons of different categories. And of course, kids are welcome as well. The race will start at 9 a.m., but for the Hartsburg access, we'll actually offer shuttles. So you can drop your boat off, come to Jefferson City, and then we'll have a bus bring you back so you don't have to worry about all that shuttling and stuff as well. But then you'll just race to Jefferson City, and we'll start that in race heat divisions.
What kind of boat can you have to do this?
Yeah, and on these races we see, the whole spectrum, but most commonly we have kayaks and canoes is going to be the most common thing out there.
Okay, so kayaks and canoes, but any kind of boat, you can have any kind of boat that will float.
Well, we suggest doing the kayaks and canoes because it's the Missouri River, and it'll be a little bit colder to do a stand-up paddleboard for this race. But
what about these double hull? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I have one of those that I just float around in my lake.
Right.
Would that work?
I think we could probably find a segment for you.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but anyway. So that's Saturday, October the 5th on the Missouri River, and you have to register ahead of time?
Yeah, registration will close October 3rd, but it's $55 per paddler, and it's racetothedome.org.
Okay. And then the money that you raise is used what?
That goes to support our nonprofit organization.
Okay, which is Missouri River Relief.
Yep, and we work to connect people to the Missouri River.
Yeah, which is nice because that's the way of life in Missouri, the Missouri River.
Yeah.
Then you have, now this is really an important thing, the Missouri River cleanup.
Yes.
And it's sad that you have to have a cleanup, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It really is sad. When you talk about cleaning up Columbia and you're cleaning up along the roadside, now you're cleaning up the river, what does it say, the fact that we litter so much that then another group of people have to come around and clean up our litter?
Yeah, it is something else. I think a huge misconception is that when people see like a water bottle on the side of the street, they think it'll, go down to the storm drain, but it'll be pulled out by, waste treatment systems. But oftentimes that's really not the case.
No, of course it's not. Now, I live out on a rural road. I live on Route F in northern Boone County. People litter all the time. They throw out the water bottles or they'll throw out a fast food thing. Where do they think it's going to go?
I don't know.
Where's it going to go? So I walk down the road and I pick up trash that people have littered, which infuriates me. When you stop and think about it, why can't you just dispose of your litter and trash in a responsible way instead of messing up the environment?
Right. And that's kind of one thing. What we use is that hands-on experience of, picking up trash in the Missouri River, and in hopes that creates that connection of, the cause and effect.
Right.
So we're kind of using education to kind of clean up the river as well.
So how much trash will you pick up on October the 19th?
Every cleanup's different, and this one's going to be particularly interesting because it's following all these high water events. But, I think in the past, we've had a cleanup in Jefferson City where we've gotten 3 tons, and I think 4 years earlier than that, I think we got somewhere around 7 tons. So it's kind of a wide spectrum, and there's no saying, but we expect to at least get several tons.
Several tons of trash
yes.
along the river and floating down the river.
Right.
How do you clean up?
So the volunteers will show up around 9 a.m. So we have 5 boats of our own, but we'll also have boats from the Missouri Department of Conservation and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. So we put all of our volunteers onto these boats and we drop them off on the banks of the Missouri River along a 10-mile stretch from Norton Access.
And then they work as teams, right?
Right, yeah. So each they'll be grouped into 10 to 12 volunteers, and they'll be assigned a section where they'll clean for several hours and bag everything up, pull out refrigerators, the whole gambit.
Pull out refrigerators, pull out old tires that have been thrown in and
tires
floating
is
up.
a huge thing, especially in this area.
Now I'm reading here. It says wear sturdy boots or shoes, no flip flops.
Right.
Because you could hurt yourself.
Yeah,
you could
definitely.
cut yourself up. And both work and weather appropriate clothes. And I would imagine you want to have work gloves too, right?
Yeah,
when
we
you're
do
picking up
supply.
this stuff.
We do supply the gloves. We'll have water bottles. We'll have life jackets, things like that.
So when you're working along the river picking up, is it required that people wear life jackets?
Volunteers are required to wear life jackets inside of our boats. Once we get off on the banks, things kind of level out, and we don't require you to wear life jackets while you're on the bank of the river.
Then what happens to all this trash?
So we'll go back out, pick up the volunteers. We'll leave the trash. We'll come back for a trash contest where volunteers can enter in some fun things that they find on the river.
We have a trash contest.
We have a trash contest with some cool prizes. But after all of that happens, we go back out on the river and we pick up all the trash ourselves and load them into our plate boats. We'll bring it back to the boat ramp where we'll do recycling, which is another huge task for the day. And kind of sort everything out between scrap metal, plastic, glass recycling, and then, of course, trash.
Yeah. And some of that can have just a little bit of an aroma to it as you're going through that recycling. But these are people who really care about the environment. They care about our planet. And in so many ways, we're making a mess of things, of the environment. But what is heartening to know is that there are enough people who really care, who want to help and make a difference to clean things up.
Thank you. Yeah, and it always shocks me how many volunteers we have come out. We're expecting around 200 volunteers for this cleanup.
Okay.
So there are people out there.
Yes, who do care. So if people want to sign up for this and they want more information, how do they go about it?
So yes, please make sure to register so we have enough boats and kind of everything ready for you. But that'll be riverrelief.org for all the information.
Just riverrelief.org, or you can call. Is this the number here, 443-0292?
Yes, that's the number for our office if you have any questions.
Okay, that's 573-443-0292 for more information. But don't forget, Saturday, October the 5th is the race, and then Saturday, October the 19th is the River Relief Cleanup.
Yeah, thank you.
Kevin, Tosie, thank you so much for coming by, and please come back again.
Of course, I will.
Okay,
thank
and
you.
best of luck with everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.